Once upon a time, a happily ever after was guaranteed, but in the kingdom of Ashwood, legends are not born. They are erased.
No, it cannot be. The ink, it bleeds. He is gone.
When the kingdom's greatest heroes vanished, no one wept. You cannot mourn someone you do not remember, but Princess Daphne, she remembered.
I will not let his final warning fade into the dark. I am going to the Grimoire Sanctum.
Welcome, admissible Hargismund, an ethereal archive, to a tale of the forbidden. Welcome to the world's most dangerous academy.
The ash, it tastes like burnt memories. I must find the underground library before they realize who I am.
Inside the sanctum, knowledge is not freely given. It is hunted, and the walls themselves guard the darkest spells ever conceived.
The ink, it burns. It is alive.
But the academy is not entirely abandoned. Some students never left because they no longer have a timeline to return to. Ink that bleeds is a dangerous friend. What is written, the shadows bend. Turn back now, little commoner, before your name meets its end. Only a fortnight ago, the princess lived a life untouched by the shadows of the grimoire. Her only concern was her daily studies.
Master Scholar Alaric, you promised to teach me the ancient celestial runes today. Do not pretend you forgot.
But forbidden magic does not knock. It does not announce its arrival. It simply consumes.
The letter. The ink is burning. Alaric, what is happening to the room?
The most dangerous spell ever forged had been cast. The stained silver quill was rewriting reality, erasing her mentor from the timeline entirely.
No! Please! Stop! Alaric! Help!
When the magic settled, the man who raised her was nothing but a whisper in the wind, unremembered by the world.
Why do you stare blankly? Do you not remember him? Lord Alaric! The greatest scholar in the realm!
To find the truth behind the erased heroes, a princess had to die and a nameless commoner had to be born. If they can erase him, they can erase us all. I will decode this grimoire, or I will die trying.
Her journey led her far from the safety of the throne, deep into the ash-covered, treacherous, and desolate mountain pass.
The frost bites at my skin, but the silence of his forgotten name bites far harder.
Which brings us back to the present. The ghost, the girl, and a corridor where the walls bleed secrets. You carry his encrypted letter. I recognize the seal. You are looking for the underground library, aren't you? The ghost who remembers the forgotten. It was a dangerous alliance, but she had no other choice.
You know what this is? Tell me who is holding the stained silver quill. Who is erasing them?
The truth was not so easily surrendered. It was locked tightly behind the trial of intellect. I know only fragments. The rest is buried in the catacombs. But if you fail the trial, you will join me in the mist. The first step into the abyss is always the hardest. But the princess was out of options.
Then lead the way, spirit. I am no longer afraid of the dark. Beyond the iron door lay the true heart of the academy. A sanctuary built not to share knowledge, but to entomb it. It is beautiful and terrifying. The books, they are breathing in the dark.
In the Grimoire Sanctum, magic is not cast with wands. It is drawn with weeping ink, fueled by the caster's own cherished memories.
Do not touch the crimson volumes.
Those belong to the weavers of ink. They will drain a year of your life for a single sentence. 3 factions ruled these shadows: the Keepers of Ash, the Weavers of Ink, and the dreaded Silent Order, the only ones permitted to wield the erasing spells.
The Silent Order, they are the ones using the stained silver quill? They are assassinating the kingdom's heroes by erasing them?
Yes, that is the grim truth. But the curse of the sanctum is an absolute law. To erase another's existence, the caster must slowly surrender their own. That is why I am a ghost, little commoner. I uncovered their plot, I tried to stop them, and the sanctum devoured my timeline. But a princess of Ashwood does not cower before ghosts or curses. The deeper she went, the stronger her resolve became.
I will not let your sacrifice be in vain, Elian. Tell me where the Zenith pedestal is. We are going to break the quill. But the archives were not unguarded. The magic here was alive, and it fiercely protected its darkest secrets from liars.
Step carefully. These tiles measure the weight of your soul. They will instantly crumble beneath the foot of a liar.
For a royal princess wearing the stolen rags of a commoner, a floor that punishes deceit is a death sentence. My disguise is a necessity, not a lie. I am exactly who I need to be to survive.
Her conviction carried her across the abyss, but as they entered the restricted core, the cool blue shadows bled into a violent, pulsing crimson. We are in the domain of the stained silver quill. The air here, it is unbearably heavy with forgotten names. Every floating speck of ash in this chamber was once a person, a hero, a memory, ground into absolute nothingness.
It makes it hard to breathe. To know I am inhaling the dust of my kingdom's greatest protectors. She had reached the darkest corner of the world's most dangerous academy, right where the magic wanted her.
Brace yourself, Daphne! The Grimoires are waking up, and they smell royal blood!
The trial of intellect had begun. The corrupted texts sought to consume her mind, rewriting her memories before she could even read them.
They are trying to erase my thoughts! Elian, how do I stop a book that is already reading me?
You cannot fight a forgotten spell with steel. You can only bind it with a stronger verse. The Archway of Lexicon demanded a cipher.
Speak the binding verse, Daphne! The one Lord Alaric taught you before he vanished! Speak it now, or forget yourself entirely!
To save her mind, she had to anchor her soul to the very memory they were trying to steal.
Ink of shadow, bone of white. Hide my name into the night. 1 for the memory, 2 for the mind, 3 for the heroes we leave behind.
The books were bested, but the trial of magic lay ahead. In the obsidian labyrinth, intellect is useless. Magic demands blood.
The walls, they are shifting. They are trying to bleed me dry before I reach the center.
The labyrinth does not open for free. To pass the final wall, the princess had to pay the toll of the weavers. It requires a sacrifice of self, a memory you hold dear poured into the basin in blood. I am so sorry, Daphne. I cannot do this for you.
She had to choose. To save the kingdom, she must permanently erase a piece of her own humanity. Take the memory of my mother's face. I sacrifice it willingly. The labyrinth shattered. The way was clear, but in that blinding moment, a fundamental piece of who she was simply ceased to be. I know I lost something, but I cannot even picture what it was. The emptiness is so cold.
There was no time to mourn a ghost of a memory. The third trial awaited, and it would shatter more than just glass.
The Zenith Chamber, the epicenter of the Grimoire. We found it.
The third trial was not a puzzle, it was a revelation. The stained silver quill was not being wielded by an assassin, it was wired into the Academy itself. It is automated, Daphne. The Silent Order didn't betray us. The founding kings built this machine to erase anyone who grew too powerful. The greatest threat to Ashwood was not a monster in the dark. It was the cowardice of its own crown, hidden behind a machine of ink and blood.
I am the Princess of Ashwood, and I officially revoke the authority of this machine. We break it, Elian. Right now.
The princess raised her weapon to shatter the infernal machine, but the true danger was never the mechanism itself.
Elian, what are you doing? Let me go! Your arms, you are solid!
The basin in the labyrinth did not just demand blood to open a door. It demanded royal blood to unbind the curse's true architect from the mist. I did not try to stop the Silent Order, Princess. I created them. I built this machine to cleanse the kingdom of anyone who outshined me. The ghost was never her protector. He was the parasite, waiting for a pure royal sacrifice to regain his physical form and reclaim his masterwork.
You lied to me! I sacrificed the memory of my mother for you! You are nothing but a monster hiding in the ink!
With a single stroke of the restored quill, the architect unleashed the true power of the grimoire. The princess was completely trapped. Your sacrifice was touching, Daphne. Truly. But I am afraid your name is far too bright for my new world. It is time for you to be forgotten. He did not need the machine anymore. He was going to manually write the spell of absolute erasure. And the first target was the princess herself.
No! Stop! If you erase me, who will remember you? You will rule over a kingdom of ghosts and ash!
But arrogance is deaf to reason. The dark ink flowed, and with every letter penned, the physical world began to reject her existence. The ultimate peril had arrived. Half her body was already gone, lost to the void. She had mere seconds before the final letter was struck.
The letter, Lord Alaric's letter. Magic demands blood, but truth commands ink.
In her final moments of existence, she realized the ultimate truth of the sanctum. You cannot beat a writer by begging. You beat him by finishing the sentence first.
The weavers of ink dealt in stolen memories, but true royal blood, freely given in defense of others, acts as an absolute solvent.
I am the truth of Ashwood, and you will not erase another soul!
The clash was absolute. Light against shadow, truth against erasure. The Grimoire Sanctum tore itself apart trying to contain both.
No! You belong to the Ash! I will wipe you from the timelines!
But the ink of deception cannot bind a heart that knows exactly who it is.
Your ink is dry, Elian. The story ends here!
The stained silver quill recognized a stronger truth, and an artifact of erasure has no loyalty to a failing master.
Bow! Do not betray me!
He who lives by the erasing spell dies by it. The architect was pulled into his own canvas.
No! I'm a legend! I cannot be a stone!
With the architect sealed, the curse shattered, and all the names scratched from the ceiling began to glow with golden light once more. They are returning. The heroes. The kingdom remembers them again.
The Grimoire Sanctum would no longer be a tomb for forgotten legends. It would be a monument to those who fought the darkness.
And this book stays closed. Forever.
The princess entered the mountains a disguised commoner, but she emerged as the undisputed savior of Ashwood's history. And so, the princess secured her happily ever after, armed with nothing but an unyielding spirit. For the truth, no matter how deeply buried or painfully erased, will always outlive the ink of deception.
Rest in the shadows, Elian. Your story is permanently sealed away.
A profound thank you to @MysticLoreweaver, @ShadowSpell99, and @EtherealArchive for journeying into the darkness with us today. Your loyalty keeps these archives illuminated.
Wait, did you hear that whispering?
But remember, forbidden ink never truly dries. It only waits for a new reader.